I love the Goofy Gophers, so I was really looking forward to A Bone for a Bone, and I have to say it's not too bad. I feel like it slowed down a bit towards the end, but generally I enjoyed it. It's a Warner Brothers cartoon from 1951, directed by Freleng and written by Ben Hardaway. Mel Blanc voices Mac and the dog, and Stan Freberg voices Tosh. And in this one, Mac and Tosh are playing a card game when this bone happens to drop down through their little gopher hole. And they realise that this is where a dog has buried his bone. So they go and ask the dog to bury the bone somewhere else. But the dog says, well, initially he says sure, and then he thinks and kind of says to himself, why should I do what those gophers tell me? And he decides that he wants to bury the bone where he intended. Who will win? And the Goofy Gophers do everything they can to try and stop the dog from burying the bone there, and they really give as good as they get. And I really enjoyed their performance. I didn't love the character of the dog. I didn't hate him, but he was a little bit annoying. But because I'm Team Goofy Gopher, I didn't really mind that so much. I wanted them to get their way anyway, so I wasn't too bothered or too concerned. It's certainly well animated. The dog is well animated as well. I don't dislike the design of him, just not a fan of his attitude. But it was pretty good. It's probably one of my least favourite Goofy Gophers because it's one of the least quaint and endearing. It's one of the least funny, but it was still interesting. And I still love the personalities of Mac and Tosh. So there were definitely things about this that I enjoyed, things that I thought worked really well. And I would recommend it, particularly if you're a fan of Goofy Gophers. However, if you've never seen a Goofy Gophers cartoon, I wouldn't recommend this one to start with because I just don't think it's quite up to the scratch of a lot of the others. But nevertheless, I still enjoyed it. A Bone for a Bone is a decent enough cartoon, just not my all-time favourite.